Hi, Anne. It is February 28th. That's a Thursday in 2013. Wah! This is kinda crazy what we've just decided to do, which is, well, start something called CuplaTag. What all is entailed in CuplaTag? Well, we are going to be making videos and sending them to each other about something that we think is really, really interesting or that just has our goat that day or anything at all, anything at all. It just, can't be too absolutely personal because, we're both trying to either get or keep jobs. That's kind of an important thing right now. Yeah. These videos will be 2 to 4 minutes long, in between the two. It cannot be shorter, it cannot be longer. You have to respond within 4 days. If either one of us does not respond to the other's video within 4 days, then the other twin has to assign a punishment. Yes, this all sounds very reminiscent of the Vlogbrothers. Want to know the reason why? Because we modeled it after the Vlogbrothers, because, my god, that stuff is absolutely baller. This might be the cause of our death or our insanity. It might be both. You never know. I feel like I should have shaved closer before I started this. Well, Anne, I am getting the ball started with this video. This video is on quote-unquote first world problems. According to knowyourmeme.com, first world problems started trending about 2011, but you can trace it back to a song from the 1995. Well, it's entirely possible that that meme came specifically from that song. I think it's actually a lot more likely that it came about from a book called Megacity Growth and the Future, written by Roland J. Fuchs. I think it's Fuchs because it's Fuchs, and I don't want to pronounce it the other possibility. First world problems, according to knowyourmeme.com, are frustrations and complaints that are expressed by privileged individuals within wealthy countries. So what exactly is it about first world problems that I want to talk about? A few ways how this term can be used to belittle someone or devalue the pain that they have gone through, and I don't think that's okay. So let's explore, shall we? And as you know, you and I grew up in a very privileged area of St. Louis. Some of the things that we heard during high school were kind of, I seem to recall a specific day where we heard one girl whose name completely escapes me, complaining to her friends that her father didn't get her another Porsche to replace the one that she totaled. I'm not even sure that this girl was 16 years old. I think you remember how much I hated these people who got that upset about something as ridiculous as not getting another Porsche after you total it. Yes, I was getting really upset and really angry about these things, without necessarily realizing the fact that, oh right, I'm a white male in the United States. I am inherently very, very privileged, even if I don't necessarily feel like it all the time. I think that the main way that first world problems is used as a meme and as a phrase in general in today's society is to try to shock people out of their material worries and get them to see the bigger picture of what is important in life. However, that being said, I've also seen this term used in a lot more sinister ways. For example, I can distinctly recall having a conversation with someone from Rwanda in college. It's not really the fact that they're from Rwanda, and it's not the fact that they're in college. Those aren't the really important things here. The thing that they said was that PTSD is a first world problem. In the same way that I'm not necessarily always aware of how I am privileged to be white and male in this society, you're not necessarily always aware when someone is having a really bad reaction to very scary things that have happened in their life. I've also seen first world problems used as a weapon in the suffering contest. What's a suffering contest? Oh my goodness, guys. I just had a fender bender. Ha, you should consider yourself lucky. I got into a terrible car wreck just 2 weeks ago. Oh, really? Well, I've been mugged at gunpoint, so you should really back off. So the game of my horse is bigger than your horse continues on. I think that you know that a lot of times people can suffer in ways that we're not exactly gonna be aware of. I mean, someone might look like they're doing materially very, very well, but on the inside they're actually kind of falling apart. For example, yes, I am a white male and therefore I am privileged. Just by looking at me, you would not know that during high school I came very close to dying from anorexia, okay? But I don't think that anyone who has been through an eating disorder would argue that it's necessarily a good thing that you are trying to starve yourself to death in spite of the fact that there is all this food around you. Everyone suffers in one way or another. Sometimes that suffering is going to be material. Sometimes that suffering is going to be emotional. We're all going to get a little bit screwed in life. Some of us more than others. It sucks, but you know what? We're all here and we're all in this together, so we can try to make things a little bit better by, you know, maybe not necessarily getting on each other's case about, oh, well, that's just a first world problem. That's not a real problem. No, no, no. To that person, that is a real problem. I'm not saying that there is no such thing as someone who is way too materially concerned about where their life is going, what is going on, so on and so forth. Think back to the girl with the 2 Porsches. I know that this thing exists. But I think that we need to be a little bit more careful about how we use this term, and about how we judge people who we think haven't suffered enough. How much is enough? And enough for what? I don't really have an answer for that. And I don't really want an answer for that. But yeah, that is the first video. It was... Oh, this is a lot more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. My god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I believe that you have some awesome ideas for what you want your first video to be, and so I am ready to hear it. Let's do this. Yes.